What's up YouTube, this is JP Panther back on a video, and today's video is another Marvel News update video. Again, this is a lot older article, but again, I will link the article in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. This is a lot older article. So it pretty much talks about how, like, in this article in Hollywood Reporter, this came out like a couple years ago, they talk about how Marvel Studios was about to go bankrupt and stuff like that, and they talked about how in this article is that in 2005 how Marvel was going to go bankrupt because of the recession and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't understand that Marvel was going through a lot of financial issues and stuff like that because people were getting laid off, and in like the recession in 2005, really I'm saying like 2007, 2008, that's when you start seeing the recession and stuff like that. But the thing is, they talk about how in the article is that Merrill Lynch actually funded Marvel Studios money to produce the movies and stuff like that, and they talked about how like they were about to license like certain characters like Captain America to Warner Brothers, and like Sony to Thor to Sony and stuff like that, and all these different other characters just to keep the flow of the company going and the business going, stuff like that. And it shows you that, you know, that even with that, you know, the recession and things like that, Marvel was pretty much the biggest losers in the industry. Like, you know, like if you guys don't know, like Kevin Feige and all of them, he talked about in his interviews a while back, is that anytime he would try to pitch this idea to Hollywood or these studios, they would just straight up laugh at him and, you know, make him, you know, they would just give him the middle finger and say, you're stupid, blah, 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 create a universe, spend all this money, I'm not doing all that, blah, 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 blah. And eventually, you know, Kevin Feige's like, all right, we're going to do Marvel Studios. They took Iron Man, and pretty much they talk about in the article is that if Iron Man would have been a financial disaster, they would have to give up everything to the banks, like the characters and the movies and the comics. Pretty much the whole entire company was riding on Iron Man being successful, and it did way better than what they expected. Incredible Hulk, even though it is not the biggest financial success, it still did better than what they expected and stuff like that, so it still wasn't a flop. But overall, it shows that even back in those 07, 2008 days, before Marvel Studios was Marvel Studios or the MCU was born, they were still taking risks, and they were still going through the biggest financial hits in Hollywood and stuff like that. And it shows you that Kevin Feige was such a genius that he was able to kind of see the future and see what was going to happen and stuff like that. Now you look at 11 or 10 years later, every other studio is trying to copy off Marvel, and now Marvel were the biggest losers in the industry, and now they own the whole entire industry, and now they're going to keep on going and stuff like that, and really take over Hollywood and pretty much tear it up and rebuild it into their own Hollywood playground at this point. And that's pretty much the article that's pretty much saying is that, you know, even when the recession was happening, Marvel Studios still were the underdogs, and they still kept going and going and going, and they really took a risk and saw the future of what can happen. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Again, I will link the article in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. It's a very, very long article. That's why I'm not reading it shot by shot. I just kind of gave you the summary and estimates of it, and I kind of just gave you my thoughts on it so you guys can read the whole entire article. It's really, really long. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think of the article? What do you think of my opinion? Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Peace, and have a great day, and take care.